So let's start with the definition and origins of information society. Specifically, the information society, if we go for the overview of information society is characterized by the importance of information and knowledge in economic, political, and cultural activities. Regarding this perspective, we can definitely say the information society, the origin of information society, it can be traced early communication technology such as the printing press and telegraph. But before that one, I must say the information society, the father of information society is actually in some of the sources you will find that one, that is Daniel Bell. But if we truly search that one, it is nothing but the Eugenie Masuda who first turned the very perspective of information technology. He talked about that one. This Japanese sociologist talked about the information society and his whole life. He talked about the different aspects of information society in detail, and so that we can call him as the father of information society. Although Daniel Bell, the British sociologist, he also contributed a more understanding of information society. In information society, the primary trigger is the communication technology, and specifically the impact of technology that has drastically altered how the information is created, shared, and utilized in society. So the very definition and origin of information society tells that the importance is that how information is created, how information is consumed in a society, and what way the information is consumed by the society with the help of communication, information and communication technology. So let's talk about the historical content and the evolution of information technology. So if we go back to early of the time, we are seeing that one, the printing press revolution, that is the invention of the printing press in the 15th century, it revolutionized the mass production of written materials. Specifically before that, we were actually having a lot of handwritten materials. We were having different materials in different forms, like that one from the papyrus, the vellum, the parchment. So all these were rather recorded knowledge, but that recorded knowledge was not meant with the papers. So whenever the printed press came, the Gutenberg's printed press in 15th century, it revolutionized the mass production of written material, and obviously the information flow, the flow of information, the transfer of information from one particular point to another point enriched, and it started enhancing the literacy and information access. Second perspective is that the telegraph innovation. The telegraph emerged in 19th century, and you may know as this is the first form of the long distance communication. Fundamentally changed how information got the wings, and how information through its passage, that is through its creativity, through its creation, and how this particular information was being transmitted. So initially there was actually snail space, but once telegraph came, the information got the wings and it started shared across the distances, or rather you can say that one, a kind of global forage of information. The internet era, that the development of that internet in the late 20th century has transformed the global communication, enabling each of us instant information exchange and the connectivity. And as you know, right now, everything you access, it is actually you are accessing that one with the backbone of internet, or rather that you can say information and communication technology. And internet is rather one medium through which the information is being transferred from the source of knowledge, source of creation, to the source of recipient. And each and every time, whenever you are using your mobile phone, whenever you are using your laptop, whenever you are using your desktop, whenever you are having the connectivity, you are becoming a global citizen. You are having your global presence, so that you can access every public domain information from anywhere of the world, which was totally impossible before the advent of internet. So whenever we are talking about the historical context and evolution, we must not forget the very importance of, first is the printing press, second one is the telegraph, and the third one is the internet era. All these three together shaped the very perspective of information society in our environment. Next, the key characteristics of information society. While we'll be describing the key characteristics of information society, we have to focus on three main perspectives. One is the economic growth drivers, second one is the importance of digital literacy, and third one the interconnectedness of individuals. This interconnectedness of individuals, importance of digital literacy, as well as economic growth drivers. So these three key characteristics emphasizes that how information is shaping the world, information is shaping a society from its inception to the development stage. And the economic growth, initially the information society where information didn't play any pivotal role. In this case, information and knowledge has become the essential and the driving for economic growth and information and innovation. You will be understanding that one today. You understand that one whenever the price of the gold is increases, you can understand that one at the very second, or rather the very time, within a minute, you will understand what is the price of gold in Mumbai, what is the price of gold in Delhi, what is the price of gold in your local area. This is how you know, that is whenever the technology increased, it not only increased in silo, it not increased in isolation, it increased as a catalyst of economic growth. And you see, this information is rather developed, these are actually fused in the society, these are rather diffused in the society, and that is where we are getting the perspective of digital literacy. And digital literacy is very crucial for information society, enabling individuals to navigate and utilize digital technologies effectively. As you know, all of you most probably were using the computer as well as you are using the mobile phones. You know that one in your mobile phone, all the apps you are using, all the software that you are using in your computer, you are trying to learn each and every time the different types of software, and this learning becomes a kind of boon to the society. The more you are rather being savvy with that technology, you are giving too much to the society, you are rather being a focal point, you are rather being one enabler who can shape the society by providing that knowledge. As for example, as you know, these lectures, whenever you are listening, we are rather talking about, we are using that type of digital literacy, because here we are not only using the software and hardware, but at the same time we are trying to make you literate how to use digital devices, how to make yourself ready for the digital ambience, digital atmosphere. So you always have to change. And you know, very time you will understand digital literacy in that perspective. A few years back, we did have the COVID, and during the COVID time, every one of us, we were compelled to take help of digital technical and digital tools. And those who were not that much of tech savvy, they also tried to understand the very perspective of digitization, the very perspective of ICT, information and communication technology. And ultimately what we are seeing, the total information society, our information society, now you will have not only in the urban areas, in the rural areas also, at least you will see 45 to 50% of the students, or rather like students like you, faculties like us, or rather the common people, they have the understanding of what the technology is, what is the importance of technology, and it started connecting the individuals. That is where the interconnectedness is. Initially, whenever you used information technology, suppose you were using your computer, you were using Linux, you were using Windows, but at that time you were only using your operating system in a machine which is of your own. That is actually the individual machine. But once you are saying that one, you have understood the use of Google Meet, you have understood the use of Cisco AVX. Whenever you started understanding that, or Gist Meet, whenever you have started understanding of that one, the different types of synchronous communication tool, you have seen that one, how in a particular time synchronous way you can connect yourself not only with one-to-one connectivity, you can connect yourself with the masses, you can connect yourself with all the peoples. Together you shared your knowledge, together you shared your information, and ultimately that information developed as a knowledge pool, information pool. So information society fosters increased connectedness among the individuals through various digital platforms and the social networks. Along with that one, I can say the individual and a British sociologist known as Frank Webster, he talked about information technology and he categorized the characteristics of information technology into 5 different components. And the first component, he talked about the technological understanding. Second one is the economic understanding. As you know, economy plays a pivotal role in a society. If you want to infuse, if you want to induct technology, you require economy. Without economy, you cannot embed any kind of innovation into your society. So the economy. And third one is rather the connectiveness. Third one is the occupational perspective. Each and every occupation right now, you will see this is dependent on information. Without information, you cannot think a particular society can strive. Even in your case, whenever you people wake up in the morning, you always try to open your mobile phone, you always open your other digital devices just to see what new has come to you. That is what you are passively, you are rather submitting yourself for with the information. You are submitting yourself for the sake of information. You are not talking to other. You are rather trying to get information. Whether that information is fruitful or information is not fruitful, that is something debatable. But ultimately, passively, you are interconnected with that one. Along with that one, there is a spatial perspective. Spatial means space. You are not only linked with your local spaces, you are rather this technology helped you, the DTH, the channels, the cable TVs, it actually helped you to see the real scenario synchronously at the very time it is transmitting that one, broadcasting that perspective, and you are seeing that thing. There are other perspectives, so there are the negativities also, there are the denials also, but all these things are rather, you can say, the good things are so bigger inside, so these bad things are rather we thought that one as a narrow, and it develops the social network. Along with that, right now we'll go for the technological foundations of information society. Now, whenever we are talking about technological foundations of information society, we must trust on the role of the internet and the digital technologies. The backbone of information society, this is the internet. This serves as the backbone. Internet is nothing but the connectivity between, not only this is the connectivity into machines, this is the connectivity between the individuals, connectivity between the intellects. The internet, it serves the backbone. It provides the essential access to a wealth of information. You are developing information, you are catering information. Whenever you are saying your information, disseminating your information to a class, you are disseminating your information to just only a collected individual, a collective individual. Whenever you are presenting that information, obviously that should be true information, a kind of concrete information. Whenever you are transmitting that information through YouTube, live YouTube, or rather you recorded that one, you are placing that one, storing that one in your YouTube channel, you are serving that particular perspective of using that information, fusing that information to the information society. It not only enhance communication. It facilitates people to share information instantly across the globe. Initially, you see, whenever you were just saying something to your friend, you were cutting a joke, you were saying some information, one to one perspective, you are communicating. But right now, whenever you are placing something in your Facebook, whenever you are placing something in any social network, you will always get that one someone is giving you the like and someone is giving you the dislikes. Instantly you are understanding whether your communication is creating the positive vibe or rather it is not creating the positive vibe. Accordingly, you can shape yourself. The more communication there will be, the more you can be your communication, or rather there will be the positive communication. And regarding digital technology, we can include the smartphones as well as the cloud computing that enhance the connectivity, and it helps you to access information in your lives. Now the advancement of communication infrastructure. Now what and how we got that one. The broadband access, you people, whenever you do not did, most probably you know that one. Once upon a time, we used computer with the help of the black computer screen where a drive, so C drive was there and we had to type the PPP, that is point-to-point protocol, and we had to connect to our service providers. The modem used to go for handshaking and the connectivity was established. But right now, all of you most probably have the 5G, or rather some of the companies they're saying that true 5G. Might be these are rather some kind of tags or advertisement, but you are getting something beyond 144 kilobyte of speed, and some people are giving you the megabytes. And so this speed, this broadband access helped you not only to access information, or you helped you to access information speedily, it helped you to access information, the qualitative information, and it helped you to access and download required information in your machine for your offline use. And the mobile network also. Right now, many people are using the mobile network. They are not using the broadband access. They do not have that one. But while they are having the mobile networks, so most of the cases, the universities, those who are imparting education, have imparted education in real time. The students, they use mobile network for that. And the global communication, the advancement we have made for information to make information more accessible. We foster global interaction. We have stick the collaborations across the various sectors. So this information society helped us to make a global village so that we can communicate in real time. Now, impact of information and communication technology, how this ICT shaped our behavior. It not only helped us to access information, but it helped us to develop a real information society which can drive for innovation. So now see, ICT can drive innovation across various sectors, fostering new ideas, technologies, and improve processes and services. Although this is not the part to say, but I can give you the one example of that one. Right now, the very perspective of generative AI and the very perspective of productive AI, these are the products of ICT. If there were no ICT, you couldn't think about that is AI, the artificial intelligence, as well as even the data, the importance of data, the perspective of big data. So ICT has become innovation, ICT has helped innovation, ICT has a driving factor for innovation, and it helped us for global business operations. As you know, most of the companies right now have their offices everywhere, the global offices. In India, they are having the offices. In different cities in India, they have their offices, although might be their head offices are in Paris, Germany, in other places. Now they are going into the global business operation with the help of these ICTs. They are talking to you live, they are instructing you, even they are trying to develop their human capital by giving them the training with the help of those tools, softwares, which are totally dependent on the ICTs. So the more business, the more research, the more development, societal perspective and social participation will be there, the country will develop in that the country will develop in that perspective, and which will help you to go for enhanced personal communication. ICTs helps personal communication, making it easier for individuals to connect regardless of their geographical location. And in this case, I will give you an example. All of you most probably have the Facebook as well as you have the WhatsApp. While Facebook is having some perspectives, it is called a social network, but in other ways, this WhatsApp is actually not a very good social networking tool. I prefer to say that one as a more P2P tool, peer-to-peer tool, rather than that was a social network tool. That is why I am saying this one is the personal communication. Your personal communication is encrypted, and you can encrypt, you can only send information to that very person you want, whether that person is situated here in India, or that person is staying in Ghana, or that person is situated in Ethiopia. You can communicate through your devices with the help of mobile technology, with the help of ICT, with the help of broadband technology. See how ICT shaped the information society, how that is society, the development of the society. Now we are going for the economic and social implication. Regarding economic and social implication, the information society has already changed to knowledge-based industry. Now, in this case, I must say that one very important economist known as Fried Matchlab, he talked about information industry, the first term information industry. Why he's talking about information industry? Why he talked about that one? That is where the economy is transitioning the knowledge-based industries which enhance productivity and innovation across sectors. Now here the economy is transitioning the knowledge-based industries. Now what is knowledge-based industry? Now you see, if you have knowledge, then you are powerful. If you have information, you are powerful. The more information you will have, the more powerful you will be. I can give you the example. You can understand that one. That is how this one economy is developed. United States of America is more powerful than that of the third world countries like India, Bangladesh, Pakistan. Now, why I am saying so? I am saying this one because United States of America is having more information. They have the more research, they have the more power to develop information, and that's why they are more powerful, because you have to understand whenever you are developing a tool. So whenever you are developing a tool, suppose for the example I am saying that one, the aeroplane. You fly with the use of aeroplanes, but the aeroplane itself, this is a tool. But the very knowledge of flying one machine, that is what the Wilbur Wright and Orville Wright brothers did. That is the main information behind development of that particular device. So here, if you didn't have that knowledge, you couldn't have the ability to develop that particular perspective, that particular material. So in that case, the knowledge or information-based industry helps us to foster our economy in a much more better way. The e-commerce growth. E-commerce has emerged as a significant business model, allowing companies to reach the global markets easily, enhancing consumer and convenience. Now think of it. You want something which is not available in your town. You want something which is not available in your city, but you are seeing that one that is available in Bangalore, that is available in Maharashtra. How and why? That is, in what way you are accessing that one? You know that one, there are the giants, the e-commerce houses. One is Amazon, another one is the Flipkart. Flipkart is associated with the Walmart of USA, and the Amazon itself is rather one world agglomerate for this online business. Now, at least 60 to 70% people, they have the understanding, they have the understanding as well as the orientation towards how they may not have the understanding of e-commerce, but they know that one, that is, if I download the Amazon software, if I download the Amazon app, and if I register myself, if I go for ordering one product, and I can send money by the use of ICT, and that particular thing goes to him, and I can get my order or my product in my house. I haven't to move here and there. So this is where that is that information is transferring. And digital service extension, the rise of digital services is reshaping the traditional economic structure. So obviously, our local shops, there are actually the false positives, there are the issues, because our traditional economic structure is rather being reshaped and services are more accessible and efficient. Now, here we are seeing that change in labor market also. Demand of tech-savvy professionals. Right now, everywhere, every time the information you will be inducted, you will go for a job, you will try to seek a job, people will ask you, the employer will ask you whether you have the basic tech knowledge or not. As the information society grows, there is an increasing demand for tech-savvy professionals. And remote work trends. Right now, that one remote work has also the trend. This is also becoming a trend, allowing the flexibility and the better life balance. And the gig economy growth. The gig economy means the economy where the big houses are producing a lot of social goods. And this gig economy is expanding, providing opportunities for the freelancers and the contract workers in the various fields. So now, how this information society affects in education and learning? A transformation through digital technology. Right now, we are talking about open educational resources. We are talking about open courseware. We are talking about online education. We are talking about the synchronous education. We are talking about asynchronous education. Now, it enables online and making the vast resources accessible to all. Changing educational methods. Now the shift has already changed. You know that one. Right now, we are using one particular technique where we are not actually having the chance of meeting you, but we are using the digital technology to reach you with the help of traditional teaching method, with twisting the traditional teaching method. We are encouraging interactive and customized learning experiences. The lifelong learning opportunities we are having, the digital education, it expands lifelong opportunities. Anyone can take any courses anytime using the government platform, or rather the different course providers like ADX, Coursera. They are allowing individuals to continuously acquire their knowledge and skills. And if we say about cultural and political practices, now see transformation in media consumption. The information technology has significantly changed how we consume the media, from movies to literature. Once upon a time, we had the movies, cinema halls. Right now, we are having the streaming platforms like Netflix, Amazons. So see how the media, because of the broadband, because of your communication, increase of communication technology, because of the boost of the communication technology, we have the different types of media, the art and literature interaction. So you can have your own blog through which you can interact with others by writing a poetry, by writing stories, by conveying your messages. So allowing more immersive and interactive experience. New avenues of expression. It understands the cultural and content providers, new platforms of artists and creators. You will understand, you may have know that one. In case of COVID, many of the artists, they opened their own channel. They made their recordings in that channel. And so we, the listeners, we, the connoisseurs, we actually express that gratitude. That whenever you are in isolation, they try to give you. And this was only helpful. This actually happened because of the new avenues of expression with the help of ICT. And in the case of political engagement and governance, we can say that one, social media is right now having a good influence. Social media platforms has revolutionized the political engagement by enabling greater citizen participation and activism in governments. Now, how the social media is not only you are giving some information which is funny or rather witty or humorous. You are not only giving your personal matter, you can raise your voice, you can rather make one protective or rather protective activism of governance with the help of social media. And online activism, the rise of online activism, because you are saying against racism, so you can have your own on activism and you can empower individuals and groups to advocate the political change effectively. Impact of governance, the information society has significantly influenced governance and policy making through enhanced communication and information sharing. Now see, different file sharing tools are available. So you can see even that is whenever a particular notice forwarded from one section of the means one section of the office to another section, you can even identify where your document is. And you see, whenever the governance is actually using this type of technology, right now we are having the open governance data sites from where you can download that one. So this development, information society, helped government to develop the citizen-centric governance where the citizen can play a big role. Now we are considering the challenges and ethical consideration. Yes, I talked about the lot of understandings of information technology, and we talked about that one, but there are some challenges. And first and foremost challenge is the privacy concern. As you know, day by the day we are seeing that one, there is the risk of information security breaching. So the cyber attackers, the person who are trying to steal our privacy information, which is very important, paramount for social development. So here the privacy is a big concern. So each and every time in information society, some people are always trying to give you the security for your information, but there are some people, the rogue people, who are trying to snatch that one. So there is always a tussle between that. But we, the citizens, who are rather the breeds of information society, we have to foster that one just to keep information society intact. We need to go for privacy concerns. We have to aware about the privacy and we need to forward that one. We need to tell that one to our people, that is how this privacy is rather mattering to them. Misinformation issues. And initially, previously misinformation was rather having a problem with that, but right now we can see the misinformation is rather a very big problem, and digital rights advocacy, promoting digital rights is essential for ensuring all individuals participating fairly in information society. And regarding future trend, we need to cover the digital divide. Despite technological advancement, we have the significant digital divide remains. So many people do not have the access of that one. So we have to go for this, changing these access disparities. We have to bridge this one, and we need to assure the need for equity for everyone. And the future prediction is that we need to see the continued integration of technology into everyday life so that we can communicate and operate. We have to emphasize on digital literacy. We need to teach everyone how this technology can shape your life, and we need the proper regulatory framework for that. And in conclusion, I want to conclude that one, the transformation of information in society signifies a major shift in the creation and sharing of information through digital platforms. And implications for the society, the implications for information is very crucial for adapting the technological advancement and changes in communication. So we have the challenges, but as we embrace the information society, we need to be aware of the challenges and we need to advance ourselves, taking the information society, or rather enriching the information society with our own insights. Thank you.